Alrighty, hello everybody, good morning or good evening. It is me, Justin, here today for you to have a little bit of content. What is that content? That content is Destiny. And what is that content in Destiny right now? Simple, Guardian Games. Yes. Guardian Games has been out for about over a week now, and I'm gonna give you a little bit of my thoughts on it so far because I have been playing it a little bit. Recently I started playing the Supremacy version that they came out basically right now. Is Supremacy is a game mode for Crucible that's been out for a little bit now, but there's a sub game mode in it right now for Guardian Games. Um, I'm guessing this is the one that you go to if you want medals. I'm not too sure because it doesn't particularly tell you much of anything. Well, no, actually, I think this is regular Supremacy where Warlocks, Titans, and Hunters can all be together on the same team, and then this is like one subclass versus another subclass. I think that's how they have it set up. Either way, I've been playing it a couple times, and it's an okay game mode. I will say that right off the bat. I definitely see what Bungie is going for when it comes to this, and I actually like the idea of basically a class versus class PvP because that does go and bring a little bit of an interesting dynamic. But one of the primary problems, and this is something that me and Nick actually discussed, was the fact that when you really think about it, the only real class that is all-round good in both game modes, both PvP and PvE, is Titan. Because, frankly, Titan is an all-round, fairly balanced class when it comes to both area control and aerial denial and pushing like certain points into areas, pushing hallways, and also holding down areas. So all around, Titan is a very good balanced class in being able to handle most situations. Not all, but most. Meanwhile, Hunters are only really good for PvP, having an arsenal basically dedicated towards PvP and rewarding you for being good at PvP. Now, that's not to say that it's not good in PvE. I'm one of those players who can prove that, yes, Hunter's Arsenal is good in PvE and can be very effective if you use it properly. But that doesn't mean that Bungie has very well pushed Titan or a Hunter towards PvP content. Meanwhile, Warlock, for the most part, specifically Solar 3.0, was very well pushed towards PvE content. And you might see where I'm going with this, where I go and say Hunter versus Warlock isn't too nice, to say the least. I've had two matches with Warlocks, and both of them basically played out the same way. Both those two matches didn't have really any clans. I think at the very most there was a clan of two, but it was a fairly balanced match where both teams didn't have clans. Both teams looked like they know what they were doing, so we were good on that front. So we were gonna have a good head-to-head match. No matter what, all the Warlocks basically did the Titan strategy of I pop bubble, and then you pop bubble when my bubble is popped, and then you pop bubble when his bubble is popped. They basically did a Well of Radiance dance, basically, and they try to hold down a point, but it wouldn't work well because Well of Radiance isn't too good in PvP. Bubble is better, mainly because of the fact that the bubble can actually tank damage, and most of the time you have to sacrifice a super for a super. Unlike Well, where all it takes is, oh, you're out in the open, let me just super you real quick, and you're down. So there's that right off the bat. Secondly, they were going with the shotgun rush strategy, which works until you rush into the middle of an arena full of 3 or 4 hunters staring you down, all with SMGs and whatnot, and it doesn't end well. But that was more of a individual strategy versus class strategy. But needless to say, I've played a good couple rounds against Titans and Hunters, or not against Hunters, but I played a good couple rounds against Warlocks and Titans, and my thoughts on the game mode are it's good. It's definitely a good idea, but the problem is overall class balancing. For one, Titans are like behemoths upon behemoths, being able to stack bunch of mods, subclass elements, and whatnot, and make themselves walking tanks against everyone. And it is so punishing. Like, I had a Titan walk from away from my Blade Barrage super, and the guy didn't even have, like, he didn't even pop a bubble or anything. Like, I don't know how he walked away from it, but he walked away from it. So there are some things. I mean, that's probably just a skill issue part on my front, so it doesn't matter there. But what does matter is the primary one that I do worry about is Warlocks, because Warlocks don't particularly perform too well, at least in the 2 matches that I've played and the matches that I have seen. I've watched a few matches myself, and it seems like the only real strategy that works for Warlocks is if they basically group up together and travel in a herd, basically. And no matter what, that strategy works for any subclass. So that kind of sucks. That on a 1v1, a Hunter has a higher chance of winning. Now, that's not to say that a Warlock can't win, because there are good Warlocks who use their arsenal very well. And I've come across, like, I think 3 Warlocks in my two matches that were very much like, oh, holy crap, I gotta be careful here, otherwise this guy's gonna bait me. So, they have the tools, it's just the balance isn't 100% there. And that kind of goes back to the core problem with the 3.0 updates in general, is the fact that, sure, they did kind of bring all the light subclasses into a better state, equal to that of Stasis, where like you could set yourselves up in a more customizable way, where like Golden Gun, for example, you could go and basically have Golden Gun aspects, but also have some of the aspects of Blade Barrage. Like you can mix and match with what you want to do. But the problem with what they did with the 3.0 updates is the fact that they also got rid of some content when it came to the subclasses, and because of that, it does dull down each class's subclass, making it so that they're more pushed towards certain types of roles, which, again, Warlocks being put more towards PvE and not as much PvP. Now, that's not to say that they don't have PvPe tools, because they do, and the ones who do recognize that use it very well. You can do that, but it's not going to go all too beautifully. But yeah, that's Supremacy Guardian games. I will say this also, Bungie, please fix your servers. I keep getting error codes even to this day. Since the beginning of Lightfall, there has been constant error codes, and for some reason, every time I go for Supremacy, at least since Guardian games came out, I've been booted because of error codes so many times, requiring me to requeue 3, 4, 5 times even. So, come on, Bungie, get on that. I don't know why there are so many error codes still, but I don't know. Maybe it's a me thing, but I don't understand why I'm getting so many error codes. And the error codes I'm getting are not directly I have a problem error codes. They are network error codes, but they're network error codes that basically either revolve between the link of me and the server, or involve the server itself. So no matter what, it's not on my end, because the error codes don't refer to me. The error codes either refer to the connection between me and the server, or the server itself. So something's going on there, because I know for sure I have an internet connection, especially when I'm in a call with Nick and we're trying to play a game and I get an error code. So it ain't me, at least. But nevertheless, that is Supremacy. That's basically my experience with Supremacy. Not a bad game mode, very well thought out of. But the problem is the core sandbox for each of the subclasses, which, no matter what, that's something that Bungie might be working on slowly over time. But for right now, it's not the best state. That, and there's not too many people playing. Um, and of course the standard Crucible problem, which is giant clans of like 3 or 4 people joining into a match and basically wrecking face, because obviously they're all on a call communicating with each other, calling out and stuff like that. And well, of course they're gonna beat in, like, take names and beat everyone up because they're basically communicating as a team, and nobody else is, because, well, that's kind of what happens when you do matchmaking. Nevertheless, I'm going to go into the other playlist, which is just strikes. And basically, unlike last Guardian games, where basically during a strike you can go, well, no, during a strike or a Crucible match or Gambit, didn't really matter. But basically, unlike the last Guardian games, where every kill you get drops a little class item type thing that you'd pick up, and it was kind of like money that you would go to Eva, and basically get bounties and stuff and medals from collecting those little that currency. Basically, there is no Guardian Games currency this time. It's basically just complete the end of the match, or your strike or whatever. You'll get a medal in most cases, and then you go to Eva and you use Glimmer to buy bounties in order to get higher level medals. So things like gold and platinum, you just get a bounty via with your Glimmer. So there's that. It's not particularly too difficult on that front to worry about it. So yeah, there's that. Frankly, there's not really too much dissimilar to the last Guardian games, where obviously you need your class item that's connected to the Guardian games list and everything. And then, again, unlike going and getting a Guardian games based currency, you're literally just basically doing stuff. I will say in this game mode, there's medals that you can get. I don't particularly know what you get out of the medals. I'm guessing based off of how many medals you get is dependent on how many medals you might get. I don't know. I don't know. That part's slightly unclear, and frankly, I should probably spend a little more time reading into that, which I could probably do here in a second. Let's see. Medallions and Vanguard medals as you compete for individual destruction and class so I guess, well, here, let me check. Got a Titan, and let me guess, Warlock. Oh, okay. So basically, how it works is each subclass is playing in a strike. Everyone's on their own, trying to go and get as many medals as they can. Okay, can I, like, please be allowed to leave? Thank you. Yeah, I'm getting pinned down here. There we go. That's that. Now where's the boy? Oh, there he is. He literally came up to me. Alright, awesome. You. There we go. We now have subclass abilities again. Let's go. Alright. But yeah, for the most part, it's fairly similar to last Guardian games. Actually, I'm pretty sure last Guardian games basically had the same type of thing where each subclass would go up against each other in strikes, and you just try to get as many medals as you can. So, for the most part, I'm guessing it's not all too dissimilar to that. So, there's that. Besides that, as of right now, Titans are obviously in the lead for more ways than one. And... well, not more ways than one, but more reasons than one. And, frankly, I think right now it's Titans, Hunters, then Morlocks, kind of on average, with the daily count. And there's that. Frankly, I'd bet most people are going and playing Titan mainly because of Lance Reddick. And on that front, it's understandable as to why. Like, it's not so great, and very understandable as to why everyone would be like, yeah, no, we're playing Titan. This Guardian Games is deserved towards Titan. I would play Titan, but I don't really have much set up for my other two classes, and my Hunter is my main, and I'd rather be playing my main, but that doesn't mean I don't support the Titans and their goal, because it's very good. There you go. But, yeah, that's basically the Guardian Games right now, is the fact that there is the Supremacy Guardian Games game mode, where every subclass basically goes up against another subclass. So, basically, you have Hunters going up against Titans or Warlocks, or vice versa in any other direction. Rock, paper, scissoring, basically. And the whole goal is basically at the start of the match, if you get a kill on the other team, they will drop a little pickup item. And your goal is to pick up said item from the other team. So, like, you've got, like, the red items and the blue items. Blue items are dropped by your teammates getting killed. Red items are dropped by the enemy team getting killed. Basically, the main goal is to go and collect more enemy drops than the other team can pick up your drops. But you can also pick up your team's drops, denying the enemy team points. And vice versa, the other team can do the same. So basically, Team A goes and Team A member kills a guy on Team B. What ends up happening is Team B drops a item that Team A can then pick up. But if Team B goes and picks up that item first, then Team A is denied the point. It's basically like that. Yeah, it's very more complicated than it is. Like, it sounds more complicated, and I also made it more complicated than it is, but in reality, it really isn't. It's basically just run down to kill the other guy, pick up the items, no matter what. Pick up your team, pick up all the little ground items, the reds and blues. Specifically, always pick up the blues. That way you can deny the enemy team points, but always pick up the little items dropped on the ground. Otherwise, not only your team not getting points, but you're also likely letting the other team get points, and that's how the match goes and ends very quickly. So, if you want it to end quickly, then go with that. But otherwise, don't let your enemy win. So yeah, but needless to say, that is basically the Guardian Games. The Strike playlist for Guardian Games is basically the same as it was last year, where I feel like it's the exact same, where you had each subclass each class going and playing in a game together, going and doing a strike, and each was basically just going and trying to complete things on, like, get the most points on their own, basically. So there's that. The only real difference is Bungie dumped the Guardian Games currency, which frankly, is a good idea. It was a good idea to dump that because it kind of adds to the complexity of the whole event when you really don't need the currency. It just makes more sense to use Glimmer, especially because of the fact that there's only so many uses for Glimmer in the first place, and it is extraordinarily easy to farm Glimmer anyways. So it makes more sense to just use Glimmer and instead of making a whole new currency just to be used for one event and that's it. So yeah, besides that, that's basically Guardian games. Just like every other games thus far, you've got each subclass going up against each other, going and trying to get the most points at the end of a day. So basically, on every daily reset, the class with the most points goes and wins that day. And at the end of the event, the class with the most days won is the class that won the overall games. So yeah, just like every other one, it's basically the same on that front. So there you go. And yeah, there's not really, like, in all honesty, there's not really a whole lot. The only real big news at the moment for Destiny, besides the Guardian games, is well, not really leaks, but announcements from Bungie about the next season, Season of the Deep, which I might as well go and talk a little bit about. Basically, so far, what we see is what seems to be us going to Titan and going and seeing Sloane, and what appears to be her with Taken energy going on her. So, got some interesting stuff going on here. We'll see where it goes on that front. But that's kind of basically what the update leak from Bungie was about the next season. I don't really know what to call it on that front, but nevertheless, that's basically the announcement of the next season from Bungie. Is basically we're going to Titan again, and it seems like, hey, either A, everyone's going to be getting their Taken powers like they've always wanted, or B, we're going to learn that, hey, Guardian can be taken, and there's still stuff going on that front. Yay. Okay, I'm gonna run back over here then. But yeah, again, there's not really a whole lot going on with Destiny right now. There is the Guardian games, and as of right now, Titans are in the lead at the most. Again, for pretty obvious, understandable reasons, reasons that I am perfectly okay with. So there is that. Besides that, there is some content updating for Season of the Deep. So some announcements, some things that we are seeing. And no, I don't need, yeah. But yeah, there is some content updating and whatnot for it. Some leaking information that we are able to see. Information that which a lot of people are interested in, obviously, because of the fact that, hey, do we get our Taken powers? Maybe. Don't really know on that front. So, can't really confirm much, because all we really got was mainly just an image, and that was it. So, I think we just got, like, the cover art of next season, and that is it. So, there is that. But, nevertheless, it is more than enough to satisfy people at the moment. And that's basically it. So yeah, again, quick recap. Guardian Games is going on right now. There are mainly two ways of going and getting points for your subclass. By getting points, you go and get medals and you cash them in. You get medals by going and doing playlists, so I'd bet if you do Gambit and at the end of a match, you would probably get a medal, a copper medal. And if you want silver medals, I'm guessing you get it through specific activities, of which I don't know. I've never really gotten many silver medals. At the very most, I've gotten more copper, gold, and platinum. So there's that. I'm guessing you get more silver mainly through Nightfalls, probably. And then if you want gold or platinum specifically, you need to go and complete bounties, of which you can go and receive from Eva. And basically, it's just a random objective, either in the new campaign or just in a strike in general. It doesn't exactly matter. You're just given random objectives, and on completion of said objective, you are either rewarded with a gold medal or platinum medal. And nevertheless, the whole purpose of the event is you want to go and just collect as many medals as you can, cash them all in. You'll be given free loot, free weapons, armor, and whatnot, so you can go and basically get free money out of it. And at the end of every single day, so at every single reset, daily reset, you will be given, well, it will basically be reset, and whichever subclass that had the most points on that day is the subclass that wins that day and wins 1 point overall in the whole event. And whichever subclass has the most days won is the subclass that's going to win. So thus, so far, Titans are in the lead with basically all the days. So the only real scenario for the other two subclasses to win is if they win the rest, basically. And I don't think anyone's going to be doing that. I think everyone's basically unanimously agreed upon going and letting the Titans win. So there's that. And yeah, there you go. But that's basically the event. It's not too dissimilar to the other events thus far. So if you've been here for last year or the year before, it's basically the exact same thing. You're just each subclass going up against each other, trying to get medals, cashing them in for rewards, as well as cashing them in for points towards said day. Whichever class has the most points at the end of a day goes and wins overall. So there you go. And yeah, that's basically that. There's not really much more to go over for this week. Again, Season the Deep had some information released for it, so there is that for anyone who is interested in it. And frankly, the information released is mainly just some information probably released by the devs on Twitter and whatnot. But the main crux of the update towards the next season is a poster, basically, going and describing the exact same thing that I described earlier. Shalone looking at 3 Guardians, each subclass, and Shalone basically looking like she's got Taken energy all over her. So, yeah, we're going to see where that goes. But other than that, right now we're in the middle of Guardian Games. The season is going for another 14 days, so another 2 more weeks. And then that is it. That'll be the end of this season, and then the beginning of the next season, and thus the end of Guardian Games. Again, Nick will be coming back, not next week, but the following week. So for right now, it's going to be a little dull again. But that is what it is. Again, like I said, there's not really much going on Destiny right now. It's basically just an extra item grind event. So for anyone who needs currency, specifically legendary shards, now is a good time to just get onto Destiny, go and basically just take part in Guardian Games, cash in, and you'll get extra items that you can just dismantle There is a new weapon. You do get a new quest with the event. I will show it to you here in a second. So yeah, I'm right now going to talk to Eva, but best in class. You get the new item down at the bottom there, potential rewards, but that is the reward, and that's basically it. So I'll go to the tower real quick. I'll basically demonstrate pretty much. I keep saying basically. I apologize for that, but pretty much, I'm gonna go to the tower. I'll demonstrate what you'll be doing when you first get into Destiny. For anyone who hasn't taken part in the event thus far, you go to the tower, and right where our lovely space grandma is sitting, she'll talk to you, go and provide you with a class item for your your class, that which allows you to take part in the event, going and allowing you to gain medals after activities. And pretty much, she'll also give you the ability to go and purchase a bounty that is just randomized. There are different types of bounties, so I'll go to her real quick, and so there you go. So I'm guessing officially now I'm taking part in the event. So there's that. But there's a variety of different bounties. These ones will give you bright dust just like any other vendor. And these are all just standard bounties. So these are just extra XP bounties. But over here on the next tab, these are the actual event bounties. So these ones are all just random objectives, but they're set into different things. So you've got Strikes, Crucible, and Gambit, your three main game modes. Then you've got the seasonal activity. You've got On Neptune, and then you've got, well, no, both of these are on Neptune, but I'm guessing they're also involving the story missions as well. So if you want to go and replay the campaign, you can go and choose one of those two. This one specifically all gives you platinum, and these ones all give you gold. So it's up to you to go for what you want, but note that going for platinum will require more points in order to complete the bounty in the first place, so it may take longer or be more difficult. You got raids under this one as well. And then you've got Trials, which Trials is going on right now, so there's that. So if you want to go and take part in Trials and do that, for anyone who is a PvP junkie, go for that. Go for it. Go for it. Do it. Also, right now, it looks like the Hunters are in the lead for today. But as you can see, Titans have already won many days so far. So I'm guessing Titans are just taking a quick breather, going and recuperating themselves. But I might as well go and cash in my my stuff. But this is basically what you'll do. You will go complete events. Well, no, complete activities. At the end of the activity, you will be rewarded with medals as long as you have your class item that is connected to the event. So in this case, the Hunter Cloak equipped, just like last season, just like this one. But, well, actually, you probably could wear the last one as well. Maybe. Last year's cloak as well. But nevertheless, that is what you'll be doing. You'll be going into activities, collecting bounties from Eva, specifically event bounties that'll provide you with gold and platinum medals. Completing those bounties will then, on top of completing the activity playlists, will go and provide you with gold, silver, well, copper, silver, gold, and platinum medals. And you can only hold a certain amount, so you can hold 5 of the bronze and silver and 3 gold and platinum. You can cash them in all at once, or you can just keep going back and forth and cash them as you want. Up to you on that front, but nevertheless, that's what you'll be doing. You'll be running over here. I don't know if it's unlike last season where you had to cash in each medal type individually, or you can just cash them all in all at once when you go to cash in, but that's basically what you will be doing. You'll be just getting medals, going and cashing them in, and yeah, GG. Whichever class wins. But I will bet it'll be Titans, because frankly, Titans. I like the idea of each subclass or each class going and winning the games in an order. Because then no matter what, that's like basically every class doing that. Also, I'll let you know. Um, there was a glitch. Chances are, if you haven't been playing and you log into Destiny and you see a message that Warlocks have won Guardian games, don't freak out. Chances are you'll probably get the message, but something happened over on Bungie's side, and I guess someone forgot to prevent that from showing until the end of the event. But nevertheless, it showed. That's basically what it will look like for each subclass. If they win the event, it'll just have a pop-up at the when you first log in, going and saying this subclass has won Guardian games, like it will with Warlocks if you log in. But that's he's fine. He's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But yeah, there you go. That's Guardian games. That's basically what you'll be doing. Just basically the standard run around, take down either your fellow Guardians or the forces of evil that wish to destroy the city. Go and slowly gain a mountain of medals, cash them in for extra loot, and on top of that, you might go and participate in helping your subclass win a day or the overall games. So there you go. I will say it's a good thing that they got rid of the event currency, because last year again they had an event currency, and that's how you would go and purchase bounties. I think it's better off not having a currency like they have going on right now, where again you just go over to Eva, you go over to the next page, you can grab bounties from here for extra XP too if you want. These are basically just standard bounties, but these are the actual event bounties again that'll provide you with either gold or platinum, and if you want extra points, go for these. They will provide you with extra loot and obviously extra points for your class. And yeah, again, this is a good time to grind. Both season, well, I want to say Season of the Lost, but not Season of the Lost. But Festival of the Lost and Guardian games are 2 times that are very good for you to get go and grind out a currency. Specifically, if you need Glimmer, I mean, no matter what, you're going to get Glimmer. But if you need Legendary shards and potentially upgrade modules and enhancement shards, or not enhancement shards, enhancement cores. If you need those things, now is a good time to be doing so, because no matter what, when it comes to mini events like this, now is a good time to participate, on top of going and getting extra XP for your seasonal rank. Overall, good time to go and play and just grind out if you're looking to grind. Other than that, it's basically just smooth sailing until the next Season of the Deep. So yeah, I will bet when Nick comes back, we might be talking about Season of the Deep. If not, then no matter what, we will definitely be going and talking about Season of the Deep when it comes out. And besides that, I think I will be ending it here. So hopefully you all enjoyed. Got a little bit of information, albeit all chaotic as it always will be. But nevertheless, hopefully you all do enjoy this little bit of content. Again, Nick is gone. He is in the lands of Europe, going and in the Italian lands, going and looking at the wine and the pizza, specifically the wine, because that's what he likes. But yeah, he'll be back, not next week, the week following. Next week, I will be having something much more substantial than this. It will be enjoyable. Of course, no matter what, it's all enjoyable. So, again, hopefully you all enjoyed. Have a good morning or evening, depending on when you're watching this video. And stay tuned for more news about gaming. If you are interested, do subscribe, do like, and maybe comment if you have any suggestions or ideas for us, because trust me, we will look at your comment and we potentially might go and comment back, or I might potentially comment to you from my own channel, going and saying, hello there, friend, how are you today? And again, stay tuned, and have a good Guardian games, ladies and gentlemen. May the best class win, even though we all know who's already going to win. But it's all for fun, right?